After Shogun Episode 4, it feels like a historical war has begun, and Shogun Episode 4 ends with the most gruesome moment on the show so far, and Nebara Jozen's death means war has officially started in FX historical epic. Following Lord Toranaga and John Blackthorne's action-packed escape from Osaka, Shogun Episode 4 explored how valuable the Englishman's arsenal and skills could be for Yoshi's cause. However, what was supposed to be a series of exercises and demonstrations turned into actual combat when Lord Toranaga's son surprisingly ordered the cannon to be fired against Nebara Jozen and his samurai, which was perceived as a declaration of war. Lord Toranaga is visiting Edo, which is a significant place for a character that is modeled after Tokugawa Ieyasu. The plan was for the Lord of Kanto to prepare for the impending battle with Ishido by having Blackthorne instruct the Toranaga regiment in foreign tactics. But now, because of Yoshii Toranaga's careless actions, he was easily tricked by Koshiji Omi and authorized a vicious attack against Jozen, and things would become much more problematic. The Ishido dispatched the samurai to retrieve Yabushige and return him to Osaka. Yoshii Toranaga, Lord Toranaga's son in Shogun, ordered his father's samurai to shoot against Nebara Jozen and his men using cannons at the end of Episode 4. This led to the most gruesome deaths in Shogun so far, with multiple samurai being brutally killed after being hit by the round shots. John Blackthorne's cannons were supposed to be used for a demonstration as part of the training exercise he was conducting, yet they were used to attack the samurai that were there on behalf of Ishido and the Council of Regents. Nagakado, who was perceived by many as a spoiled child, wanted to prove his value as the son of Lord Yoshii Toranaga. He believed that he would achieve respect and glory from his peers by killing the samurai who were working for his father's enemy. Jozen was asked to watch the demonstration, but was surprised by Nagakado's cry of war, which was followed by multiple cannon shots aimed at the samurai. Most of Jose's men died immediately, but Joss himself only died after Nagakado gave the final blow using a sword. While Nagakado had been wanting to make an aim for himself and impress his father since the beginning of the show, Toranaga's son was tricked by Koshiji Omi into attacking the Regent samurai. On that night before the attack, Omi argued that Jose and his men were there as enemies of Lord Toranaga, and that they would capture one of the Lord of Kanto's most important allies, Koshiji Yabushige. This led Nagakado to believe that he would be doing his father a favor by killing the Council of Regent Samurai, while also proving his value. It's interesting to note that Omi was coerced into moving against Ishido and the Regents. Omi and Kiku the courtesan, who works closely with Yabushige, discussed how Kiku could one day take over for his uncle. Yabushige would become a target if there were any issues with Jose's return to Osaka, as he was there to support him, but Omi knew better than to move himself, so he deceived Nagakado into engaging in combat instead. Omi's scheme will have succeeded if Yabushige is made to pay for Nagakado deeds. Shogun Episode 4 means the war has begun, as announced by Lady Mariko herself at the end of Shogun Episode 4. The war has begun. While Toranaga and his enemies have been on bad terms since the beginning of the show, both sides were still cautious to avoid any bloodshed. However, the tension between Toranaga and the Council of Regents has reached a critical point now that Toranaga's son personally ordered an attack against samurai who were representing the Regents. Nagakado's actions will be perceived as if they were commanded by Lord Toranaga, even if the latter had no idea of what was going on. The fact that Toranaga had secretly left Osaka was already significant enough to guarantee war. But given how strong the Lord of Kanto is, it makes it reasonable that neither Ishido nor any of the Christian lords moved to stop Toranaga right away. Still, nothing can stop a conflict from starting now that multiple men have lost their lives as a result of an attack carried out by Toranaga's son, because she is aware that there will be many more deaths as a result of them. Lady Mariko was crying in desperation at the conclusion of Shogun Episode 4.